Alright everyone, here is my response to the Do or Die challenge for the last 2 weeks. It's just making a form. I'll just demonstrate that it works right now. The only person registered right now is admin. His password is let me in. Alright, and there you go, we're in. We got a nice picture of Sparta Trump over here, and we just got some information about admin. Username's admin. This is the password hash, so it's a hash of let me in, so it's a more secure way to store passwords. That way people don't actually see what your password is. We got his email, notes, the date he was created, and the ID. So it's just the first guy we have. Now, what happens if we put in the wrong username? So we just stay on the same page and you'll see this SQL statement up here. Basically this is just showing the SQL query that I'm sending to my database to see to see if we have a user with these credentials. And so we're trying to get a user whose name is adme and whose password hash is this, which is just let me in, kind of hashed. And it doesn't find anything, and so we return just to the home page. And this SQL statement is just really nice for debugging to just see kind of what's going on. So that's basically it. There's not too much. It's very simple authentication. I'll just show what's going on here. So over here we've got the index.php for the form. You can see the form is right here. And just of note, there's an action for the form, which is blank, and if it's blank, then that means it's going to stay on this page. So you can see we're getting the form data here, and kind of right here is where we're hashing the password. And then we create an object from MySQL helper class, and we use that object to get data. And we're just saying user info, that's the table name, data, which is this stuff here, filter, which is the username and the password, and we're just specifying that we're using an AND to join these, to join the stuff in the filter. And I can show you that if we go over to SQL Helper. This is the function or method that I'm calling. And so you can see things like we're escaping the strings, that's just for security purposes, and we're building a SQL statement right here. And eventually we get to the point where we query our database, we get some data, and then there's a return data method, which is right here, and that just says, hey look, if our results is null, say we had a problem with the database, else actually return the results. And so if we go back to the form auth index.php, you can see this is the result or the data from the database, and we just want to make sure that there's something in here. The number of roles is greater than 0 is what this is saying, or is not 0 really. Then we start a session, and I put my data into the session, and then we switch pages to the about page, which is right here. And the about page is basically HTML, except for right here we're just getting the username and the notes, which is so this is the username and the notes right there, so this corresponds to that. And then we also have a for each loop where we're just putting all of the data from our session into the table. Anyways, that's all I did. It was really fun. I've just kind of been trying to learn about PHP, so this is pretty cool, really simple, not very secure by any means, but just a fun little project to do.